We are the Specter Sleuths. We don't stop till we get the proof. We don't stop till we get the truth. That's why we are the Specter Sleuths.
Hello everybody, 'tis we, the Specter Sleuths. And today, we're driving deep into northeast rural Texas in order to investigate the ill-fated and infamous Fessler Farmstead, an abandoned place deep in the woods. For those wondering where we are exactly, we're heading towards a very small, teeny tiny little town. It's not really on any maps or any GPSs, simply known as McClunky, Texas. Not too many people live here, very small population, comprised mostly of cows and sheep. But that is where the forest is that contains the Fessler homestead. Now, I know what you viewers are thinking. You're looking at this old red barn and asking, is that the Fessler Farmstead? And you'd be goddamn wrong. It sure the fuck isn't. We're not there yet. I know what you're asking. Specter Sleuth Nathan, are these silver silos the Fessler Farmstead? And I would say no. You're wrong again. How the fuck does it feel to be wrong twice in a row? Before we visit the homestead of the former and tragic Fessler family, which I'll get to in a bit, we're gonna try to get a little bit of a blessing from the chapel here. Wish us some good luck on our travels. Yes, sir, McClunky, Texas is a beautiful town. Idyllic, serene, quiet, picturesque, humble. From what I hear, its biggest export is flatulence. Looking in this brochure for McClunky, Texas, I see that outside of the National Hog Slop Contest winners 4 years in a row, this town also has 3 different kinds of churches, 2 different kinds of cows, but 4 different kinds of gallows. Now, I don't know about you. That sounds like some good old hometown pride to me. Now, I know what you're thinking. Specter Sleuth Nathan, is this small little farm here next to a gas station the famous Fessler Farmstead? And I would say no. You've been wrong 3 times in a row now. You know what that means? Get the sounding board and bend over. You fucked up. You fucked up real bad. But all jokes aside, folks, this is a pretty big episode of Specter Sleuths. It's quite a journey to get to the Fessler Farmstead, and it wouldn't be possible without our sponsors for this particular trip. We'd like to humbly thank Sneed's Feed and Seed for giving us the money, for gasoline, for tools. So remember, if you need feed or you need seed, you just gotta go to Sneed's, formerly Chuck's. Not much to see on the GPS, not much to see on the maps, or even on Google Earth. But luckily, the Specter Sleuths are expert trackers. We're going to make an attempt to see if we can find the old Fessler graveyard before we get to the Fessler Farmstead. Then I shall regale you the tale of the Fesslers, and what makes them such a very, very haunted piece of American historic folklore. Well, folks, just like I said, the Specter Sleuths are expert trackers. However, there appears to be road work happening up ahead. I hope these people are not taking down the old Fessler homestead. But it's hard to tell and hard to say. However, nobody's here, which means, I think, we can still get in there.
Gotta park somewhere.
Yeah, let's park this bad boy. Let's get in those woods. Let's hope for the best. That's our biggest concern right now, is that the old Fessler farmstead's been taken down and replaced with a bank or an apartment complex. But considering how deep in the woods it is, I kind of doubt either of those have happened yet. This may be our last chance to see it. We're making history here tonight, folks. History! We've snuck past the construction. We're sneaking deep into the woods. So, yeah. The Fessler family. They were some of the first oil tycoons to settle in Texas. When the first Swedish immigrants landed here in 1305. And,
That's the well.
yep, that's the bottomless well. Spooky, ain't it? You could hide a body in there. Anyway, so the Fesslers were very commendable people. But unfortunately, one day, whilst mining for oil, they hit a septic tank. And little did the Fesslers know that while oil itself is not very flammable, human feces are. And, well, to say the least, they got blown to kingdom fucking come, folks. But they say that their ghosts still haunt these lands. And the only other thing that haunts these lands are the Specter Sleuths. And that's why we're here. Let's get one last shot, one last taping of this place before it's all renovated and torn down and made into possibly a strip mall. This is where the Fesslers once kept their award-winning hogs. Right now, it's where they keep their award-winning rose plants that are stabbing me very hard in the leg. This huge tree was not smashing this building the first time the Specter Sleuths got here. Something not a lot of people know about the Fessler family was that the youngest Fessler, Jebediah, hold on, telling the story of Jebediah Fessler, goddammit, was very interested in bucket farming. They had a whole herd of buckets out here once, but now, as you can see, all that remains is the bucket skeletons. But can you imagine it? A glorious field covered in wheat and grass. Nothing but wild, beautiful buckets galloping across the landscape. And now look at it. Decrepit, rotten, full of thorns, and full of people like that. Look at him. Here's one of several of the Fessler buildings. Let's take a little peep inside. Perhaps we'll get a glimpse of one of the Fessler ghosts. Or perhaps we won't, because the door does not quite open. Yes, sir. Very creepy place. Wonder if I can squeeze my way inside. Specter Sleuth Nathan's a bit too rotund to get into this thin doorway, but he can at least record the interior. If any of you sleuth fans at home see any ghosts, please make sure to let us know in an email. As always, postage is 15 sleuth coin.
Wanna come in?
Oh, I'm coming in. Don't you worry. Yes, sir. Here's the old Fessler Garage. Where they used to keep their car.
And their award-winning hogs, motorcycles.
Yep. This is where the Fessmobile was once kept. But right now it is being kept at the McClunky House of Historical Vehicles. And we're not allowed near it. Isn't that lovely? Be very careful in here, folks. These wood planks that hold this place up are old. Real old. Specter Sleuth Mike misstepped. He managed to shove this lovely 4-inch rusty nail up into the bottom of his foot. This, folks, is why you only go specter sleuthing if you're an expert like us. That nail would have killed a lesser man. And here we are on the other side of the main building. This, folks, is the main building of the Fessler Farmstead. At night, they say you can hear the Fessler family members moaning about how covered in feces they are. A sound, they say, can chill a man to the bone. Here's the other side. Now this side we don't walk in, because frankly, I don't trust these old planks of wood. Not at all. Not one bit. This here is the Fessler Merry-Go-Round. At one point in history, this thing used to spin. Now it is stuck to the ground, held fast by decades and decades of weeds. What secrets lay behind this creepy little door? Mike found a very old crowbar near the nail that stabbed and impaled his foot.
It's a little, one of those little computational things.
Bring it over here. Oh, well, I'll be damned. Look at that. Look at that. There's still receipt paper coming out of this old typewriter, cashier, cash register machine. Baby Sneed's. But Sneed's was the name of the company that sent us here. Have we been tricked? A door on the side of the building that I've never seen before. A lesser man may think that this door provides impassage. Being a specter sleuth, I know better. What awaits us inside? There we go. Well, so I was prying open that door. Specter Sleuth Mike was prying open this door. He claims what's in here is pretty cool, but I shall be the judge of that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
How do we get back there?
I feel like we went from over this ways, man. From over here. I'm gonna look. Yeah, there's an open gate over here. And a felled tree. I think this is the exact direction we need to be going. Just gotta be real careful. There's some real old, real rusty barbed wire fence over here.
How'd you get over there?
I just came around the trees, man. Just plowed right through them with my masculine strength. Yeah, here's a big field. Here's the other side of that part of the compound. And there's the famous Fessler urinal, which means the cars, the abandoned vehicles of the Fesslers, should be out here somewhere very close.
I gotta take a wicked Fessler to get my drift.
Yeah, I gotta take a wicked Fessler as well. Suppose we should urinate here just to piss off the ghosts before we go.
I'm not talking about urination.
Oh, so the first time that we came here without the funding of Sneed's Feed and Seed, we found a bunch of the Fessler mobiles abandoned here a good mile or so into the woods. I was worried that perhaps they'd been removed. Oh, but they haven't, folks. Providence has smiled upon us once again. Yes, sir, here's the first car. As you can see, the Fessler mobiles were custom Chevy Fleetmasters. They're all sitting out here, rusting away and being reclaimed by Mother Nature. Here's part of the front of the vehicle smooshed into the back, and there's part of the back of the vehicle smooshed into the front. Now this was not the only vehicle. There were about 3, 4, maybe 5 others. Yeah, get a look at that. Even when this car's been beaten into a fucking pulp, it's still gorgeous. Mike has found the second of the Fessler mobiles. This one is at an angle now. It's being sucked into the mud and dirt and grass. That is one old car. It'll probably be gone in a matter of weeks due to the construction. Coming to reclaim all this wilderness out here. Then the Fessler farmstead will be nothing but a memory, spoken of in whispers by the Specter Sleuths. Some natural prickly pear cactus. But we're not here for prickly pears. No, sir. We're here for this. The last of the Fessler mobiles. Even more fucked up than it was when we came here last. Again, I'd like to thank Sneeds for funding this excursion deep into the woods. It's maybe the last time anybody sees this shit. Hell, we may be the last human beings to ever see the Fessler farm ever again. So enjoy this rare video. Please don't turn this video into an NFT. It's been a long day. We've had a lot of fun here, fucking around the fetid, unfurbished Fessler farmstead. But the time has come for the Specter Sleuths to leave this beautiful little piece of Americana and sleuth on home. Head back into the walls of society. But before we go, one last little recording of this side of the compound. It's a shame seeing such a beautiful building overcome with rust and debris. Being here really does remind me of a beautiful poem by Walt Whitman, used to describe the slow decay of society. It went like this: 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. This one has a little car. This one has a little star. My God, how many fish there are. A little bit of snake skin over here in this part of the collapsed compound. Specter Sleuth Mike is taking some goodies with him as we make our way out of this old, uninhabited property. Some very old bottles and cans. We were here last. We saw quite a few skulls of various animals and wildlife, but mostly we saw some incredibly old cans of drinks and soda brands that have not existed since the 1950s. Which gives you a good rough estimate of how old this place is and how long it's been sitting out here.
November something.
1921.
29.
So why was the Fessler toilet bowl such a massive rotund size? Well, you see, in McClunkyville they say that the Fessler's small ass grew 3 sizes that day. They had posteriors that were far superior to any other human being alive, and now their voices have been silenced from the slow, cruel passage of time. May they never be forgotten, for they will always be missed. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little visit into the decadence of the past at the old Fessler Farmstead. It's been a joy having you. It's been a joy visiting this place once again. I will miss it, but at least this time I've got it on video instead of just a bunch of photos on a Twitter account that almost nobody knows exists.